today we're going in depth inside the city of Taylorsville. And Mayor, we talked a little bit about the roadways and some of the infrastructure updates that have taken place, but some of the entry points to the city, maybe 41st South and Redwood Road, there were a couple of opportunities there for economic development through some large parcels of retail, and then also maybe 5400 South and Bangor Highway. Maybe talk about those to really not only spruce up the city, but if you're going to make up that $12 million deficit in retail, those would be a great start.
Well, the past 10 years we've been concentrating on transportation, getting the transportation issues resolved, and there's still some ongoing, but we're really feeling good about where we are with those. Now the next step is to go inside of the gutter, as we say in the business, and talk about what do we do to help businesses? Do we improve access to the businesses? Do we get intersections? Do we get traffic control to get people in and out of those businesses? And of course, we want to look at our shopping centers. Some of them are a little tired. We're looking to spruce them up a bit.
Well, just as you identify those types of projects that need to be accomplished, you're doing it as a team. I mean, you're here today, we're talking, but at the same time, there's an economic development team, really the E-team, if you will, for the city that's putting these things together.
Oh, last year, we put together a crack team of economic development people. We have people from our communications department, we have people from our economic development department, community development, engineering, and we also have a city council member that sits on that team, and a member of the community who's a volunteer citizen who comes and helps us from our economic development committee. And I'll tell you, they're doing great things in our community. They're really starting to help us round a corner in that area.
Well, just as you have your internal team, you have the external team when you have to work with the county and you have to work with the state, because not all the funding, especially when you're talking about transportation, comes from the city. It'll come from the other governmental agencies. I mean, talk about the integration and the cooperation that you have with those agencies.
Well, our transportation system, of course, is tied throughout the whole county with county, state, and federal, and we've worked with those teams, and our economic development team has been very instrumental in working with them, our engineering department. And we have got a lot of money in our city to fix our transportation problems, and that it's very important that we have good transportation through our city in order to help our businesses stay healthy.
Well, in order to put a new front on some of those locations, some of the entry points to the city, we talked about earlier the $10 million that is literally on the table for businesses to potentially relocate. Is that where some of that money would go, as far as if you had a group of businesses that wanted to maybe revitalize one of those shopping centers?
Some of that money would go for infrastructure improvements. We also used to be called redevelopment agencies, but they're now called urban renewal agencies. And what they are, it's the city council. It's the body of the city council, but they sit in a different name. It's called the urban renewal agency. And what we do is we'll take a shopping center that needs some help, and we will take the tax increments, the increase. We do whatever improvements we do there, and then the increase in the property values there gives an equal or a subsequent increase in property tax. So we'll actually allow them to reinvest a certain portion of that property tax back into that facility to help them offset some of the costs of redevelopment and some of the costs of refurbishing the centers.
One of the backbones of what you do in City Hall comes through volunteerism and through committees. And Rand, I know you've been heavily involved in the Economic Development Committee. I've heard you speak up at those meetings. It's not just about bread and great harvest. You're interested in the total economy of the city.
Absolutely. The more great businesses we can pull into the city. We all know that Utah, and especially the Salt Lake Valley, is a transient deal. We've got people living in Draper that work up in Tremont, and so you've got people traveling through all the time. So if we can make it easy for them to jump off the freeway and know that there's a great restaurant over in Taylorsville, let's go hit that tonight. What a great blessing.
Yeah. Chris, same for you?
Yeah, I definitely echo what he said, that the stronger the community is around us, the better we'll all do in the end.
Good. Mayor, in the last couple of minutes that we have, where does Taylorsville go from here?
Well, we're working on our URAs. We're
Which is?
our urban renewal agencies.
We live in a world of acronyms. That one I didn't know.
And we're also meeting with some businesses. We currently are in negotiations at one point or another with 48 different businesses that are interested in coming into our city. And our economic development team is they're not stopping there. They're continuing to do more work. And the next step is to work with our business partners, make sure that they're healthy, bring more businesses in, and find easier and better ways for people to stop by and visit us while they come through our city.
And of course, those that come through the city, I mean, we're very pleased and fortunate to serve over 65,000 students a year here. About a third of those come to this very campus in the Taylorsville Redwood campus. So they're coming in, hopefully they're stopping, and whether they're on their way in, on their way out, or at lunchtime to all of our establishments. So, Mayor, as far as other aspects of the city for the residents themselves, I mean, everything we've talked about today really is to bolster the services provided to the residents through tax revenues, and who knows, maybe next year you go beyond that 3.5% increase.
Oh, absolutely. With some of the investments we're looking to make back into the community, it's not just incentivizing. It's not just infrastructure improvements. We're also focusing in on code enforcement. And people say, why is that important in a community? Businesses who are looking to move into a community want to make sure the community is a clean community. So if you have broken down fences, if you have graffiti, if you have signs posted all over the place that don't look so good, businesses notice that and they say, we'll just move on. We'll go to a different community. So there's a lot of things we're doing that all tie back into economic development. And really, businesses are the lifeblood of a community, both with their property tax and their sales tax. I don't think the residents really appreciate the large percentage of the services that get paid for by our businesses. So businesses are important to Taylorsville, and we love having good, successful businesses in our city.
Well, and having those successful businesses, whether it's providing a service or whether it's providing a meal, I think is just exceptional to be able to have the quality that we have here in the city. Chris, thank you so much for taking time and sharing your story with Leatherby's. I mean, it's a great family business, and good luck with your expansion.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Rand, same for you. I mean, I know that you've got some property on your property that you're looking to sublease, so just stop by about 6300 South and Redwood Road and talk to the fellow in the hat. He'll be there just about any part of the day. And of course, thanks for providing such great quality products.
Thanks for having me.
Mayor, always a pleasure to have you back.
It's great to be here, Rick.
And
Thank you for what you do for the city.
It's an honor to be part of the city.
It's my pleasure.
You bet. Well, every time we have the opportunity, as I mentioned before, we try to bring the professionals, those who are invested. They've invested themselves into our local communities and our partnership communities. At Salt Lake Community College, we take pride in who we serve and those that work with us. The city of Taylorsville, we're very proud of the relationship and the partnership that we have, not only with the residents, the businesses, and of course, the elected officials. For Salt Lake Community College's Community Roundtable, I'm Rick Bullion saying thank you for being with us. We'll come back to this table every opportunity we have to join with our community partners.